My mom used my college savings to buy my sister a luxury wedding. She deserves it more. You'll figure something out, she said. I didn't argue. I just moved out and cut contact. Now she's crying on the phone. I'm 22, male, and I never thought I'd be writing this. I'm still trying to process everything while sitting in my friend Austin's spare room, staring at my Chase app showing a balance that shouldn't be zero. Some background. I've been saving for college since I was 16. My parents set up a savings account when I was born, and I added to it from every paycheck, summer jobs, weekends, everything. Mom, 48 female, was a joint holder on the account since I was a minor. Dad's been out of the picture since the divorce when I was 14, living 3 states away. We talk sometimes, but he's not really involved day to day. The breaking point came yesterday. I was checking my account to transfer my spring semester tuition when I saw it. No pending transactions. Nothing. Just empty. I called the bank, thinking there was some mistake. Nope. The entire balance, $45,000, had been withdrawn 2 weeks ago by my mom. I drove home from Austin's place, hands shaking on the steering wheel of my beat-up Civic. Found Mom in the kitchen, browsing Pinterest on her iPad. Wedding stuff. My sister Zara, 25 female, is getting married to Lane in 3 months. Mom, what happened to my college fund? She barely looked up. Oh honey, I've been meaning to talk to you about that. Zara needed it for the wedding. You know how expensive these things are nowadays. I stood there trying to process what I was hearing. That was my money. For college. I've been saving since I was 16. Well, Zara found a good man. She deserves a nice wedding. You're just going to college. You can take out loans like everyone else, or maybe take a gap year, work a bit more. She scrolled through floral arrangements. Lane's family is expecting a certain standard. We can't look cheap. I felt oddly calm. Does Zara know this was my college money? She knows we're helping with the wedding. Don't make this difficult, Parker. She deserves this. You'll figure something out. You always do. That's when I noticed all the new wedding stuff scattered around the house. Fancy invitations with gold foil. A sample centerpiece that probably cost more than my textbooks. A receipt from some high-end bridal shop sticking out of Mom's planner. I didn't yell. I didn't argue. I just went upstairs, packed a duffel bag with essentials, grabbed my important documents, and walked out. Mom was still on her iPad when I left. I don't think she even noticed. I've been at Austin since yesterday. My phone's been blowing up. First texts from Mom asking where I am. Then missed calls. Then voicemails getting progressively more dramatic. Zara sent me a long message about how I'm being selfish and trying to ruin her special day by making Mom upset. The last voicemail from Mom really got me. Parker, honey, I know you're upset, but this is what families do. We sacrifice for each other. Your sister found a good man. Do you know how rare that is these days? You can't put a price on that. Come home and we'll figure something out together. I haven't responded to any of them. I just sent a brief email to my academic advisor explaining I might need to delay enrollment and asking about financial aid options. Then I turned off notifications from my family and started looking for a second job. Austin's been great, said I can stay as long as I need. His mom even brought over some of her famous chicken soup earlier. Didn't ask any questions when she saw my face. The weirdest part, I feel lighter somehow. Like watching Mom justify stealing my future for Zara's perfect day finally made everything click into place. Years of, Zara needs it more, and you'll understand when you're older, suddenly made sense. Dad called earlier. Guess Mom reached out to him. He offered to help with tuition, but I turned him down. This isn't about the money anymore. It's about finally seeing things clearly. I know this is long, but I needed to get it out somewhere. Not sure what happens next, but I know I'm not going back. Some bridges, once burned, should stay that way. Update 1. First, thank you all for the overwhelming support on my last post. It really helped during some rough nights. A lot has happened in the past 2 weeks, and I need to get it off my chest. I'm still at Austin's place, but things are looking up. Found a second job at a local coffee shop. Early morning shifts before my main job at the electronics store. Not ideal, but every dollar counts now. Austin helped me set up a new bank account at a different bank. This time, only my name on it. The voicemails from Mom haven't stopped, but they've evolved. Started with anger, "How dare you just leave like this?" Moved to guilt, "I raised you better than this." Then bargaining, "Come home, we'll figure something out." And now, she's just crying. Yesterday's message was 2 minutes of straight sobbing before she hung up. Here's where it gets interesting. I got an email from my dream university yesterday. They reviewed my application and offered me a partial scholarship. Not a full ride, but it's something. The admissions officer said my essay about working through high school to save for college really stood out. Guess there's some irony there. Zara sent me a novel-length text about how I need to grow up and be her usher at the wedding. Apparently she's planned this huge wedding party entrance where all the siblings, just me really, escort the bridesmaids down the aisle. Her message, word for word. "Mom told me what you're doing and it's really immature. This is my special day and you're making it all about you. Lane's family is already judging us because we're not as well off as them, and now you're trying to embarrass everyone. Mom did what she had to do. You're young, you have time to save up again. I need you to be there as my usher. Don't ruin this for me." I haven't responded, but I've been screenshotting everything. Saving messages, voicemails, emails. Not for legal reasons, the money's gone, I've accepted that. But something inside me says I might need them later. Dad's been calling more often. He heard everything from Mom's side but wanted my version. After I told him, he offered tuition help again. I still said no. This isn't about money anymore. It's about finally seeing my family for what it is. Though I do appreciate him actually asking for my side. The wildest part, Mom's been sending flying monkeys. My aunt messaged me on Facebook about how family should stick together and how your sister only gets married once, hopefully. A cousin I haven't spoken to in years suddenly DM'd me on Instagram about how I'm breaking my mother's heart. Even my old high school friend Ash, who somehow got pulled into this, texted saying Mom called her crying about how worried she is about me. Meanwhile, I saw on Zara's Instagram that she ordered a designer wedding dress. The price tag she not so subtly showed in her story was more than my entire college fund. She tagged it #dreamwedding #spoiledbride. The irony would be funny if it wasn't my future she's wearing. Here's the thing that really got me. I found an old photo while organizing files on Google Drive. It's from my high school graduation. I'm holding up my first paycheck, so proud because every penny was going to my college fund. Mom's from Hidden Lies is in the background with this weird smile. Now I remember what she said that day, "At least your sister won't need college money since she's so pretty." I thought it was a joke back then. I've got a plan forming. Nothing dramatic or illegal. Just you'll see. The wedding's in 6 weeks. Zara wants me as an usher. I'll be there. I've got something special planned for the wedding speech. The partial scholarship email included an early orientation option the day after the wedding. Perfect timing. Already booked my spot. Quick update on living situation. Found a small room for rent near my jobs. Moving in next week. It's basically a closet with a bed, but it's mine. No joint names on this lease. Update 2. It happened yesterday. No drama, no screaming, no cake throwing. Just truth bombs and sweet, sweet karma. I showed up to the wedding exactly as planned. Played my part perfectly. Nice suit, thrifted but you couldn't tell. Smiled for photos. Walked down the aisle with one of Zara's bridesmaids. Mom kept shooting me nervous glances, probably waiting for me to cause a scene. Zara was too wrapped up in her perfect day to notice anything off. The ceremony went fine, standard stuff. Though I noticed Lane sweating a lot at the altar. Later found out they'd maxed out 3 credit cards just for the venue and catering. But the reception, that's where it all went down. I waited patiently through the first few speeches. Mom crying about her beautiful daughter finding her perfect match. Lane's dad bragging about their family legacy. Dude works at a car dealership but talks like old money. Then came my turn. The usher traditionally gives a small speech, apparently. Zara probably expected some generic, "so happy for you both" stuff. Instead, I had prepared a PowerPoint presentation. Called it, "A Family Story in Numbers." Started off sweet. Childhood photos, family memories. Mom was actually smiling, probably thinking I'd gotten over everything. Then I switched to the financial education portion. This is my first paycheck, I said, showing that photo from Hidden Lies. I was 16. $247.30 after taxes. Every penny went to my college fund. Let me show you some more numbers. Pulled up screenshots of every deposit I'd made over 6 years. Weekly paychecks. Birthday money. Even the time I sold my gaming console. The room got really quiet. The final total was $45,000. I continued, which, as most of you know, recently went to this wedding. Mom said Zara deserved it more than my education. Zara started crying, but not sad tears. Angry ones. Lane was staring at his plate like it held the secrets of the universe. But here's the fun part, I said, clicking to the next slide. Remember that scholarship I mentioned, Mom? It wasn't partial. I got a full ride. Merit-based. Turns out working 2 jobs while maintaining a 4.0 GPA impresses them. I start orientation tomorrow. Mom stood up then, tried to grab the microphone. Parker, that's enough. Almost done, I said calmly. Just wanted to thank you, Mom. You taught me something valuable. The only person I can rely on is myself. So thanks for that life lesson. Cost me $45,000, but hey, as you said, you can't put a price on family, right? The silence was deafening. Then Lane's mom started whispering loudly about tacky family drama. Zara was full-on sobbing, mascara everywhere. Mom tried to salvage things by starting the music, but the damage was done. I grabbed my bag, had it ready under the table, and headed for the door. That's when Zara started screaming, full Bridezilla mode. You ruined everything. This was supposed to be my perfect day. Mom chased me to the parking lot, crying about how I'd humiliated the family. I just got in my car and left. Austin was waiting at our favorite diner. We had victory pancakes at midnight. The aftermath has been wild. My phone's blowing up with family members. Half saying I'm a hero for exposing the truth, half calling me every name in the book. Dad called laughing so hard he could barely speak. Apparently Mom had told everyone I was just being difficult about helping with the wedding. Zara's latest Instagram post is a black square with some quote about toxic family members and rising above negativity. The irony is chef's kiss. The best part, found out this morning that Lane's family is reconsidering the marriage after seeing the financial irresponsibility of it all. Guest appearances really do matter to them. Just not in the way my sister hoped. I'm typing this from my dorm room. Orientation starts in an hour. My roommate seems cool. He helped me unpack and didn't ask questions about why I have so few things. To everyone who supported me through this on Hidden Lies, thank you. Sometimes the best revenge isn't some elaborate scheme. Sometimes it's just standing up and telling the truth. Final update. Well, Hidden Lies, you asked for a final update, and boy do I have one. Grab your popcorn, because the last 6 months have been a wild ride. First, the wedding aftermath. Lane called off the marriage 3 days after the reception. Not because of my speech, though that didn't help, but because Zara maxed out their joint credit card on a post-wedding shopping therapy spree at Nordstrom. Apparently, she needed to feel special after her ruined wedding. $112,000 worth of special. The screaming match that followed could probably be heard from space. Lane's mom recorded the whole thing on her phone, classy, and it somehow made its way through the family WhatsApp groups. Choice quotes from my sister. You promised me a dream life. My brother ruined everything and now you're abandoning me too. Daddy would have bought me everything if he hadn't left. Speaking of Dad, he's been surprisingly present these past months. Not with money I still refused, but with actual support. Turns out he left all those years ago because Mom did something similar with his savings. History repeats, I guess. Mom's gone full social media martyr. Her Facebook is a constant stream of prayer warrior posts and shared articles about ungrateful children and modern family values. She even started a mommy blog about healing from family trauma. The irony is completely lost on her. But here's where it gets interesting. Last month, Zara showed up at my dorm. No warning. Just appeared outside my building. She got my address from Austin's girlfriend's Instagram story. I need new friends. She was different. Quieter. I had to move back in with Mom, she said, looking at her knockoff designer handbag. Lane's family is suing for the wedding costs. Mom's credit cards are maxed out. Can we talk? We went to the campus coffee shop. She ordered the cheapest thing on the menu and actually looked at the price. A first in her life, probably. You were right, she said finally. About everything. Well, she's always made me think I deserved whatever I wanted, that someone would always pay for it. Then she started crying. Real tears this time. Turns out Mom's wedding help wasn't just my college fund. She'd taken out 3 personal loans, maxed out 5 credit cards, and borrowed against her house. Total damage close to $150,000. She told Zara it was all handled, that they deserved a dream wedding no matter the cost. Now she's talking about declaring bankruptcy. Zara whispered, was it worth it, for one day? I didn't comfort her. Just listened. Then she dropped the bomb. Lane's mom posted the video of their fight on YouTube. It went viral in our town. Zara can't get a job because everyone knows her as the bridezilla who stole her brother's future. Part of me wanted to feel bad. But then she said, maybe if you hadn't made that speech? I cut her off. Maybe if you hadn't taken my college fund. She left pretty quickly after that. Posted a long Instagram rant about toxic positivity and family betrayal later that night. Some habits die hard, I guess. Meanwhile, I'm doing pretty great. Made the dean's list last semester. Got an amazing internship for the summer. Turns out working since 16 looks good on a resume. My roommate and I get along great, and his family had me over for Thanksgiving. Mom still tries to contact me through random numbers. She's blocked on everything. Last attempt was yesterday. A text about how families need to stick together in hard times. Yeah, like when someone steals $45,000. The best part, I got a card from Lane's mom last week. A check for $45,000 inside. The note read, this was never our family's values. I'm sorry you were caught in the crossfire. I donated it to the university's scholarship fund for working students. Dad called when I told him. He was quiet for a minute, then said, you're a better person than I was at your age. I just ran away. I didn't run, I replied. I just chose myself. That's it, hidden lies. No more updates after this. Mom's house is up for sale. Zara is living in the basement posting about her entrepreneurship journey, selling press-on nails on Etsy. And I'm focused on my future.